What is narcissism? Daniel 8 verse 23 to 25. In the latter part of their reign, when rebels have become completely wicked, a fierce-looking king, a master of intrigue, will arise. He will become very strong, but not by his own power. He will cause astounding devastation and will succeed in whatever he does. He will destroy those who are mighty, the holy people. He will cause deceit to prosper, and he will consider himself superior. When they feel secure, he will destroy many and take his stand against the Prince of Princes. 2 Timothy 3 verse 1 to 7, but mark this: there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. Have nothing to do with such people. They are the kind who worm their way into homes and gain control over gullible women, who are loaded down with sins and are swayed by all kinds of evil desires, always learning but never able to come to a knowledge of the truth. Just as Jannes and Jambres opposed Moses, so also these teachers oppose the truth. They are men of depraved minds, who, as far as the faith is concerned, are rejected. But they will not get very far because, as in the case of those men, their folly will be clear to everyone. Narcissists are people who suffer from a maladaptive mental illness that manifests itself in a specific set of behaviors, such as an inflated sense of self-importance, an insatiable craving for praise and admiration, and a propensity to take advantage of others. Narcissists are excellent actors, but they have a severely damaged sense of self-worth. At the core of narcissism is a lack of self-worth, confidence, or esteem. As a result of their diminished sense of identity, they are prone to intense jealousy. A narcissist is a victim of childhood abuse of different forms, for example, excessive indulgence and entitlement, neglect or physical and psychological abuse, which force them to create a false identity and silence their true identity in order to cope. Their true identity is often a traumatized, fearful child with object inconstancy, while their false identity is a God complex. These identities are polar opposites and often result in an identity crisis and memory dissociation in which they have breaks in their memory. They come from negative experiences and a loss of parental affection, and so they continue to find a parent in their intimate relationships so that they can attach as they would to their parent, and then discard as one would be weaned off. So they tend to vitiate and annihilate you to find themselves, and this happens repeatedly. Basically, to steal who you are, then destroy and kill you. They kill you by diminishing you until you think like them, act like them, are completely agreeable with no sense of agency of any kind. So the narcissist envies the life in you because you have real, genuine peace and joy. They need this and would like to take it from you as a jealous person would. Therefore, they will place a very high value on your vulnerability and brokenness, or your pathology, even if you did not believe that you had any, in order to make you dependent on them. That's why they focus on your flaws, for example, by telling you that you are fat, you are ugly, you are not smart, you are old-fashioned, and so on. It's all a form of gaslighting in an attempt to control you and draw you into psychological and potentially physical tyranny. Once you are broken and turn into a narcissist, then they discard you in order to separate and individuate, because they now see you as a narcissist who is lifeless. So they look for another person to take through the same process again. Proverbs 12 verse 20 says, "Deceit is in the hearts of those who plot evil, but those who promote peace have joy." To cope, they create false memories to account for the gaps in memory which we think are lies, but to the narcissist are honest lies or confabulation. What we interpret as gaslighting might be truthful memories from the perspective of the narcissist. Their interpretation of emotions is not well calibrated. For example, their interpretation of love is the same whether it's to their life partner or a slice of pizza. Their behavior is often learned through observation and reflection versus felt. Most people's behavior is influenced by their emotions. For a narcissist, their behavior is based on what they have observed to be appropriate, and that makes them excellent actors. Narcissists have cognitive resonance only while the average human being has cognitive and emotional resonance, and so are capable of compassion and empathy. Narcissists, on the other hand, are transactional and so observe emotions and vulnerabilities in others as weaknesses which can be exploited. It is a difficult form of existence in which one has to navigate living with emptiness and an imitated personality combined with intense fragility. That is one of the reasons why narcissists work very hard for control and will acquire it at all costs, many of which are detrimental to their relationships. They will seek to contact whatever part of their relationships that they can. That is, emotional, psychological, physical, spiritual, or some combination of all. They do not want their fragility seen or known. Narcissists are capable of double-bind thinking, or paradoxical thinking. In a double bind, a person is presented with two conflicting messages or demands, and both options appear to have negative consequences. For example, a child may be told to be honest, but also to keep a secret that will hurt someone. If the child tells the truth, they may betray the secret and cause harm. But if they keep the secret, they may feel guilty about being dishonest. This makes them non-committal to anything and very high risk takers. A narcissist's false self is the persona they present to the world in order to garner praise and approval from others. This concept is frequently discussed in the context of narcissistic personality disorder, NPD. The narcissist uses the false self as a shield to protect their real, vulnerable self from the outside world. The false self enables the narcissist to present an image of strength, confidence, and competence, which the narcissist believes will shield them from their deep-seated fear of rejection and abandonment. Maintaining a sense of superiority and control in relationships and encounters with others can lead a narcissist to adopt a false self that includes grandiosity, arrogance, and a lack of empathy for others. Narcissists do not take advice or feedback, but are always ready to give it, and often not kindly. While putting on a false front can help them get what they want from others in the short term, it usually comes at the expense of real connection and intimacy with those around them. The narcissist's true vulnerable self may eventually show through the cracks as they struggle to keep up the false self's facade.